back to work. Slight camera adjustment. Evening, everybody. We're making a chainmail shirt, and all the chainmail is made out of paper clips. Because that's how I roll. Apparently my pliers have become magnetized. Because of this little thing I just picked up. Extremely labor intensive. I did not want to do it, but everybody kept telling me to, so I gotta do it. It's one of the rules. Everybody keeps telling me I gotta do something. I gotta do it. God. No, I have not done. Pants are not on the table at the moment. I have so many other projects that are falling behind because I'm working on this so much. Well, that's going to get annoying. Sometimes magnetized tools are good, but other times they just get in the way. Working on the chainmail shirt again. All the rings are made out of paper clips as usual. Need 4 rows of 32 to fill in this little square right here. So far it's about 15, 20-ish hours. The slow part is going to be the sleeves. I stupidly decided that I want to do the sleeves in the 3mm rings, like my gloves. So much smaller rings, a lot more work. I keep saying I'm going to do this stuff, though. Backing myself into the corner. But I am a man of my word. Thank you for the follow, Caden. Thank you for the follow, Ihorn. Resistant, not proof. I mean, really, anything stabbing resistant. But now, these are very large rings, which means that they are very weak rings. The larger the rings, the weaker they are. The shoulders would be pretty stab-proof, though. Trash container. Always get that little bit at the top. Apparently my cutters are also magnetized now. Great. You are correct, sir. Or ma'am. So, that's actually a funny story. Earlier in my live, we made this lovely diagram, and we tried to count them. And I thought we were on the right track until I realized that some of the numbers I wrote upside down. So 51 is really 15. 85 is really 58, but I don't know which is which. So that count went nowhere. So we're going to have to count them again. Howdy, mouse rats. I mean, we know there's at least 3,000 because that's how it was a week ago, but that was probably 6 hours work ago. Somewhere around 5 would be my guess. It is paper clips, not fence wire. But, you know, fence wire, it's not a bad idea. I've done coat hangers. I have not done fence wire. That would be some thick stuff, though. I don't know, that stuff's pretty thick gauge. I would think my hands would get tired from that a lot faster than this. Really got to get a better setup. Shifting this so I can kind of fix the awkward position of my neck. 16 gauge actually isn't bad. These are 16 gauge actually. Changes by manufacturer though, as I learned earlier. Nope, this is purely just butted chainmail. This is not riveted, not welded. I wish I would have done the whole thing in the small rings. But I'm not going back now. We're too far in. The small ones do not come apart, though. At least not easily. Big ones do. Well, it's not about ease. These carpenter pliers give you a nice clean cut. Real good for the butted chainmail. I've got like actual like bolt cutters, miniature version. But they're a very ugly cut. These give you a very close. And I should have counted this just now. All right, let me count this, make sure I'm doing this the right length. That's 5. One extra. No, copper ring is store-bought. You can get them for about $5 at Amazon. They're called jump ring openers. Take a little practice, but they're definitely time savers. You will have to develop some calluses there, though, because it will start to hurt your finger after a while. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Aside from the miscount earlier, that was bad. I think it's 3, but I don't know. I've never actually measured. I should probably do that, but I really worry about it. And I lost my ringer. I lost my mandrel for that. It's on this table somewhere. But I actually use a nail for these. Don't know where that ran off to. Oh well. I don't need it right now. Alright, so you can literally wrap the paper clips around anything metallic, as long as it's smooth on the end. So for these, let me attach these real quick. Alright, for these rings, I use this metal rod, but you can buy rods easily. I've got a whole collection of them. These little short ones, for example, are, these are actually curtain rod pins. You pick them up in the hardware store, 12 for $2. They come in varying sizes. But really, like I say, you can use literally anything. Look, see what I did with my one that I used for the glove here real quick. I don't need it now, but I am going to need it at some point. It's probably underneath the chainmail. Never good when you lose a tool, even if that tool is just a nail. It's gonna bother me. Got some more. Yeah, well, I'll pick up another one from the hardware store tomorrow. Literally just a nail. Guarantee I got it's underneath this chainmail, but I'm not moving it. Although I guess I could. We're just making a rope. I'll finish this rope first. For those of you who were on the live show last night, I did finish this little green thingy that I was having trouble with. I don't know, apparently I just needed sleep, because as soon as I woke up, I was like, oh, that's what I was doing wrong. Howdy, DB boss. Four ropes the same length in order to fill this gap. No, they had a much harder time. So they would sit there and rivet each and every ring. Hammer away on the rings on a blacksmith iron or blacksmith anvil. These large rings, yes, because the larger the ring is, the weaker they are. On my glove rings, no. Takes a lot to break these things apart. Same material, just much smaller. Nah, I mean, every piece is, I mean, I've had to go back and make repairs, but it's always repairable. Might have to take some rings out, but it's usually not that big a deal. Okay, we got one of our 4 ropes. I need 32 more rings. And I'm running out of already straightened paper clips. We are making a chainmail shirt, and all the chainmail is made out of paper clips. Typical Sunday night stuff. At least in my house. Kind of an OG. An OG with what? This one we got, I don't know, somewhere in the 15 to 20 hour range, I think. I haven't been keeping track. I probably still got another 100 hours, simply because the arms are going to take forever doing these little tiny rings. Same pattern, just much smaller rings. Nope, I give everything away, except a few projects that I like to keep for myself. I'd like to make money doing it. But I gotta get a supply if I want to start selling. I don't know, I might do rings and bracelets. Something simple and fast. But a project like this that takes, 100, 150 hours, nah. One's got a picture in front of it. It's alright, because I'm not selling anyway. Just got to get in that zone. If you can crochet or knit or do yoga, you shouldn't have a problem with it. I don't know, it's kind of jiggly or jingly when it's finished. And yes, it is very soft, does not hurt the hand. How do I straighten the paper clips? Nothing special to it. Take a paper clip, bend it open, and use your pliers for that last little bit. Save your fingers. That's all there is to it. Howdy, Mr. Robinson. And ready to cut. It entirely depends on weave. This weave, I think I can get it done in probably about 30. But I'm switching for the shoulders to this. And then I'm also going to install a hood, and the hood's going to be made out of this. So 3 different patterns on one piece. So I'm guessing 150. It's a lot of work left. Not even close. Strictly a hobby. I've been doing paperclip art for 15 years, and I've been doing chainmail for about 10-ish. Don't remember the exact year. It is chainmail. Making a chainmail shirt out of paper clips. That is for the centerpiece to this, which I made 15-ish years ago when I first started trying to practice shapes. I'm redoing it and seeing, so we're changing out that green ring with the new one. Just redoing an old project, see if I can make it better. Yes, these are all paper clips. Everything I make is paper clips, including that weird thing you just saw, and this. And my demon walking his dog underneath the street light, smoking a cigarette, all paper clips. And Steve. Steve is paper clips. Wrap them around a little tiny metal rod. We just finished doing that. I'll be doing it again here in a minute, but I gotta use these rings first. Chainmail has been around for hundreds of years. I do get tired. Last night I got this one down to the last ring, and I kept installing it wrong. I must have put it in and out about 4 times. I could not figure out what the problem was, and I had to rage quit, in essence. Woke up this morning, it made perfect sense, because I was just tired last night. And 32. Got to make sure I have the same number in each row so that they're level. Easier to adjust it from the beginning than later. Hello, Byron. I missed some stuff here. Hold on, let me scroll back. No. If anybody can figure out a way to change the opaqueness of usernames, that's what I need to figure out, because silver backdrop to a silver opaque lettering is very hard to read quickly. We are making a chainmail shirt, and all the chainmail is made out of paper clips. I attached one arm piece. I could start working on the shoulder, but I have to find my mandrel first. I do not have a bow and arrow. And I am not going to go buy a bow and arrow for, for one video. Boredom. I started doing this from boredom years ago. I was a wire artist long before I did paper clips, and then I was sitting at work bored one night and didn't have any of my wire tool stuff, but I had a box of paper clips, so I sat there going, yeah, you know, that's just little pieces of wire. Wonder what I can make. And I never looked back. I am not a teacher. Ironically, I did go to school to become a teacher, but I changed majors after 1 year. Well, I'm not buying a bow and arrow, and I'm not trying to sell, so I think we're good. I know I tested the 3mm against a pitchfork, and it lost. We are making a chainmail shirt out of paper clips. Usual Sunday stuff. My goal tonight is to make 4 of these ropes. We are halfway through the second one. Unknown. I'm open to guesses. The leading guess right now is 15 pounds when complete. I'm thinking it'll probably be a little heavier than that. I'm going with 20. Right now, it's probably only about 3. I guess it would depend on rug size. And it would depend on pattern size. But probably a while. There's one thing about Paperclip that is undeniably true no matter whose videos you're watching. It's that chainmail is not a fast process. Not too bad. Okay, I can get behind foil sculpture. Only real tip I can give you is be patient. I mean, that's really all it boils down to. Chainmail is not very difficult art. Once you know how to do a pattern, you know how to do a pattern. Doesn't take you long to learn one. But most people fail simply because they do not have the patience for it. It's like crocheting or knitting. I wrapped the paper clips around a metal rod, which we're going to be doing here again in a minute once I finish using these paper clips. Almost out. This will be the end of the second coil, or second rope. No idea. Again, this is purely cosmetic. This is not actually designed to stop weapons. I'm not building armor here. No, I've had this one for about 10 years. I got a new one. I tested the new one out. It just doesn't feel right. My analogy is if you play video games, it's like when you get a new controller. You can just tell it's not your controller. New one's all shiny. It's not worn down yet. It's not right. I don't know. I've had it for so many years. The new one I got off of Amazon. It's only about $5. Jump ring opener. Will hurt your finger after a while. Okay, second rope now complete. Let's make some more rings. Now I do already have some straightened, but we're going to go ahead and straighten another one out just so you can see it start to finish. So, paperclip. Straighten paperclip. Doesn't have to be perfect, but straighter the better. Don't want it to be too wonky looking, but little tiny curves and bends are fine. Take your straightened paperclip, wrap it around the middle rod. Keep your wrap as tight as possible. If you start to spread out the twirls, they will not make very good jump rings. There's all kinds of alternatives to the metal rod. So I was looking for it, but my glove is actually made with a nail. And I don't know where my nail ran off to. It's on my table somewhere. If you're going small scale and you're just making little tiny coils, all these little short pins are curtain rod pins. They come in packs of 12 usually. You can get them for a couple bucks. But they come in all shapes and sizes. They're not hard to find. Literally anything that's smooth and metal will work. Don't know what I did with my nail. It's gonna drive me crazy because I'm gonna need that nail. I mean, I can get another one tomorrow. I just don't know what I could have done with it. I mean, it's just a nail. It's not like I can't replace a nail. I wasn't attached to the nail. I kind of was. I'm gonna look, see if my nail is under here. Laptop, license plates, all kinds of junk, but no nail. Aha, I found my nail. Had it mixed in with the green ones. If you've got good cuts, it won't get tangled. These big rings, I'm probably going to get some tangles in it. I've never had a tangling issue with these little tiny ones, though. They're very tightly weaved. But the metal rod I use for these is a just regular old nail. You can get all kinds of different size nails. You just got to make sure it's smooth on the ends so you can slide it off. And you get little tiny baby coils, which turn into these. But we're not starting the shoulders yet. I'm also not going to let this coil go to waste. Oops. No. I haven't been to a Renaissance Festival in probably about 10 years. I did not wear it then either, though. Making the sharp edge of a blade of a sword would be a problem. Why, thank you, RH. Working on our chainmail shirt. Chainmail shirt made out of Paperclips, of course. Specifically, our goal is to make 4 of these 32 ring coils. We've got 2 so far made tonight. It does start to hurt your fingers after a while. You just gotta push through. And it starts to leave some nice little indents. For chainmail shirts, it should cost a lot to buy. If you see it for really cheap, that's when you should start to question the sale. Because I don't care what your material is. I mean, I'm using Paperclips, which slows the process down quite a bit. But even with just regular wire, it's still a slow process. My estimation for this piece is 100 hours to 150. We are nowhere close. This is all the main piece with these big rings. The rest of it's going to be significantly more complicated. But one step at a time. I need one more. If I had theoretically an infinite amount of time and infinite number of paper clips, probably. Be a lot of work though. All right, 6 coils or 7. Did I really just do that? I'm not bothered fishing those out. That's my trash pile. I threw the good rings into the trash. So there's sort of a pattern to this. When I cut it, I'm grabbing this little edge piece, which is the garbage. So we cut, grab the trash, dump that in there, dump those there. I did it in opposite order. Haven't done that in a while. I don't even have a guess. I mean, this is already about 1,000. Under 5,000 would be my guess. But more specific than that, I don't have a clue. The sleeves are going to slow everything down. I just did it again. Oh, Lord, it's going to be one of them nights. And my cutters are getting worn out already. We're just gonna put the trash away. We'll do it the trash the old-fashioned way. I can't believe I just did that twice. I'd grab them out, but I have a bunch of rings that are not very up to snuff, and I don't want to accidentally grab those. I got my magnet. I'm hoping only one. Yes, my glove is very comfortable. Also made of paper clips. And no, there are no sharp edges on it. And to prove that, we've got a balloon. No popping. Oh, I've got a whole bunch of projects ongoing right now, including Loki's crown, which requires a lot of chainmail too. Gold, of course. And then there's Bob. Bob is my big dragon. He currently needs me to finish working on his legs. Come on, Bob. Time for your nightly appearance. I can't get Bob completely on the camera from this angle, but we can get part of his head. There's Bob's upper jaw. There's his lower jaw. He's very big. All paper clips. Let's see. I've got my mini Avengers series I need to finish working on. I did Loki. I still got to do the rest of them. Always busy, always backed up. Probably should have picked up the scraps before I started. I just bought this magnet today. This thing is a lot more powerful than I thought it was going to be. No, I am wearing it when I'm finished. I mean, this thing is no joke for a little tiny magnet. All right, the rust question is a very good question. So paper clips are made of galvanized steel, not stainless. So they have rust resistance, but they are not rust proof. An example of that is my demon here. So it's one of my favorite pieces. I've never gotten rid of them. It's a demon smoking a cigarette, walking his dog underneath the streetlight. Everything is paper clips. But this poor little fellow, when I moved the last time, got thrown in a box and left in the basement. I didn't know where he was. And it was a damp basement, so he got some rust. He was down there for years in the water. So rust resistant, but not rust proof. I've been doing wire art for 20 years. I've been doing paperclip art for 15, and I've been doing chainmail for about 10. Ring. All right, where's our science people at? What's the ring made out of? It's not ferrous. It's copper magnetic? I guess not. I run a skyscraper. Well, 24-story building, office building. No, I am not rich. What's with the baby hands? I get the baby hands all the time. I don't know if it's the same guy always doing it. I always get the baby hands. My size 11 ring finger is not baby. I do not sell anything. I'd like to sell, I just haven't gotten around to it. I think I'd be a bad salesman, though. Can't do the gloves. So, last set of gloves I made completely on the live. Much bigger rings, so it only took about 5 hours as opposed to 40. But of that 5 hours, the last hour of it was spent just getting it aligned right, because in order to do a glove, you have to get every single row specifically down to the right ring, the right measurement. It's not a simple matter of small, medium, large. If you don't have it exact, it'll just fall right off your hand. Well, I work for a living. How do you get money for your video games? You don't sell your video games, you work for them. Baby hands. I get stabbed in my hands on a regular basis. Got nerve damage on my hands. Wear a big honking ring. The ring is specifically made for this exact thing. It's called the jump ring opener. No. Office management, property manager. If you put enough pressure on it. These I've worn for 10 years. You can see the different colors, but I barely put any repair work into these. Very tiny rings, so they hold together extremely well. Big rings, yeah. I'm going to run into problems with these big ones. I started with the big ones because I wanted to get it done as quickly as possible. And I now regret that and wish I had done it with the small rings from the beginning. But I'm not starting over. So we're gonna do the shoulders and the arms as the small rings. But I am way too far in to start over now. Well, commercial real estate is something I know about. Fun-filled world of stuffing envelopes and typing all day. Now, I will say, if you're talking maintenance, I hate to break it to you, but for skyscraper maintenance, you're probably going to want to become an engineer. Small building maintenance is maintenance, but big buildings, yeah, you need an engineer. We've got 2. I have done a tutorial. TikTok just doesn't give me the playlist feature, so I can't put it in a nice little folder, but if you scroll through my videos, you'll find it. I've done it repeatedly. Duplex, you can just be a regular old maintenance guy. And you can be a maintenance guy for us. So we have a maintenance guy who works for the engineer, but he doesn't get half the pay. Where is my moderator? Nope, this is just a hobby. Exactly, it's like sewing for men. Or knitting. But I do sew too. Oh, Lord, I should probably get my bag. I haven't brought that bag out on any of the lives. I don't knit, but I do hand stitch. Patches, specifically. What's strange is that I can draw better with a needle and thread than I can with pen and paper. I don't know why. Can't draw for shit. But needle and thread, I can do some complicated things. All right, hold on. Let me get these last couple of rings here. Thought I was going to be one ring short. All right, I'll be right back. Third rope done. All right, so the bag. Covered in dog hair. But these are all my hand sewn-on, hand-stitched. Just needle and thread directly onto the bag. 100% the wrong technique. Nope. Woo! About to lose that whole camera. That's why I need a better setup. Bigger table, apparently. I lost my leg. There we go. But yeah, can't draw for shit. And yet I can do the World of Warcraft Alliance lion with a needle and thread, no problem. It makes no sense. And of course there's a coda. Old company logo. We got the Resident Evil umbrella. We got Skyrim. We got Borderlands. We got 3 Mass Effects. On and on and on and on and on. But they're all just literally a needle and thread repeatedly. Right onto the bag. Haven't done any needlework in a while. No, I don't play Fortnite. I'm very angry about Fortnite. Yes, they're all freehand. I was a beta for Fortnite real early. And I liked the game that Fortnite was supposed to be before the multiplayer. When it was actually a game about fighting zombies and building forts to protect against the zombies. That was the Fortnite I played. The green thing on the top. So years ago when I first started doing this, whenever you pick up any craft, you need to get the basics out of the way. And that means shapes. You start with triangles, 3-dimensional, then you do square, so on and so on and so on. So I made this practice thing, whatever the hell it is. Just trying to learn shapes. So now I'm starting it over, and this is going to be the centerpiece, instead of that green ring. Multiplayer ruined it. Fortnite is dead to me. It's a very touchy subject, Fortnite. What is the range of this thing? chainmail magnet ball. I can't help myself. People can talk if they want to talk. I don't have to talk. Oh, lordy. Got 3 ropes. Three ropes at 32. Still wish I could finish this math. All right, y'all. I know I said 4, but I'm going to wrap it up. Third live show of the day. My hand's already cramping on me. So I'm calling it at 3. Be back on tomorrow. This shirt really beat me. We should fold it before I go. I'm not going to fold it. We're going to roll it. To make the live stream on TikTok, you need 1,000 followers. Once you have 1,000 followers, hit the plus sign at the bottom. And then you can flip between the length of video, and one of the options is going to be live. Will that hold it closed? Probably not. I had another one. I already lost the damn thing. Oh well. I'm calling it a night, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.